yung from the day you graduate to until you're 40,
Right.
that's still another learning curve na kailangan mong
Yes.
i-hit, na kailangan mong intindihin. The moment you graduate, you're put into a position where like, boom, new level.
One of the things that they never really teach you is actually how to communicate with people, especially at work. Like, let's just say, nasa work, empleyado ka, right? Siguro, tinuruan ka sa school, English, Filipino, whatever, pero syntax na yung mga technicalities, but it's not really all about like socializing with people.
I wish I would have known to be more professional in a sense na I get to distinguish between clients and friends, because most of the clients I had were like friends, colleagues, or like people I already knew. So the moment that we worked together, I just felt like I was doing a personal project with them. I cannot distinguish it between I should put like more professionalism into this.
Life happens in reverse kasi we actually live life forward but we learn the lessons backward. So I'm gonna ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being lutang ka pa rin, 10 being G na G or on top of life ako right now, how adulting do you feel like ba right now?
Honestly, being like young, di ba? Early 20s. Early 20s, having a family, having work, and balancing career and everything. And I just graduated. Di ba?
Hey, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
There you go. Finally, bro. Finally. Sige, go.
But like, you can never really say that you're on top of life. You can never really say na you're like adult. Kasi where does the transition even start? I know so many people that are graduates pero living life like teenagers. I know teenagers who are hustling harder than most adults right now, di ba? So ako, I feel like I'm still 50-50 kasi, balancing your wants, your needs, and your responsibilities, your priorities, you can't really be on top. You can only be at compromise. Always at compromise ka. Siguro it depends na lang talaga like where you point your adulthood towards. Kung career ba, I would say I'm pretty high up on the scale if sa career. Diba? Like I'm doing what I want to do. I'm earning money from it. Diba?
Tama.
We're not there, but high siya.
You're working
diba?
on it, yeah.
And then family-wise, having a child, having a partner, yan yung sasabi mo parang timpla-timpla pa. Being, diba, hindi pa nag 1 year. I've been a dad not long at all. Not even a year in. So, sobrang dami pang parang lessons na kailangan i-learn. But mostly, 50-50 talaga siya. So, 5.5.
So, may categories.
May categories siya.
May different categories and then pero yung average nasa 5.5.
5.5 talaga siya. Because it's not too low, it's not too high. Just, living, basically.
You're actually above.
Above the average, 5.5 eh.
5.5. So, above ka, above. But that's actually a very good assessment, especially like, you've actually went ahead of me. Kasi like, you already have a family, di ba? Ako wala pa eh. So, iba rin naman yung sa akin, di ba? Pero, going with the number rin talaga, siguro, I would say, nasa, pa ako ngayon, mga nasa 7, in a way.
So, higher siya.
Higher pa rin siya. Pero, of course, with every level that you go above, there's different types of stresses and then facts or things that you have to deal with, like mga challenges, So it's I cannot complain talaga because, kanina before we actually started this recording, I actually was telling Kiko na, yo bro, like I'm actually very overwhelmed right now. There's sobrang raming events, sobrang kailangan maraming asikasuhin, ganun, and then so many people to meet, so many new knowledge to actually consume. And then mixed feeling siya all the time. That's why I think I've been feeling overwhelmed kasi I feel anxious, frustrated, sad siguro in a way, and then on the other hand, I'm actually feeling excitement, hopefulness, and then
that's true.
Grabe, like enthusiasm in a way kasi like if everybody has been seeing a lot of our progress yun naman, di ba? Which we're actually gonna talk about in another episode. Just stay tuned lang.
Wait lang.
Pero we're gonna be talking about adult stuff here, okay? Adult stuff that we wish we actually knew. So kung alam lang namin talaga na like, ikaw, you're growing up, you're still in your early 20s, this still would not be taught to you.
That's true.
Unfortunately. Like, hindi ka tuturuan how to handle your stress effectively, unfortunately. You know, lalo na sa career.
Ano sa career? People tell you na no wonder people tell you life starts at 40. Because that's when, I feel like, yung from the day you graduate to until you're 40,
right,
that's still another learning curve na kailangan mong i-hit, na kailangan mong intindihin. Because going from, like, I'm just studying. I have to study to graduate, have to graduate to work. Diba? Ganyan yung mindset na instilled sa atin. The moment you graduate, you're put into a position where, like, boom, new level. New parang level of life na, shit, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
Like you said, hinulog ka lang dun. Or like your actions, like boom. Hulog ka lang and then you're actually left to figure it out. And what's disappointing pa talaga is that usually when you're in that position, hinulog ka lang dun. And this is work, you know, even sa family in a way. Pag hinulog ka dun, they're actually expected to perform.
Yeah, well. You're expected to perform well in a place where you don't know how to perform. So like, thinking back, diba, parang, you ask yourself, I wish I would have known this sooner. I wish someone would have taught me this.
Correct.
Diba?
Siguro, so one of the things pagdating sa work, because I actually went into business rin naman, you know, early 20s, is that one of the things that they never really teach you is actually how to communicate with people, especially at work. Like, you know, let's just say, nasa work, empleyado ka, right? Siguro tinuruan ka sa school, English, Filipino, whatever, pero syntax na yung mga technicalities, but it's not really all about like socializing with people. You know, like, you won't be given a lot of chances to actually do it in real life in a way.
Yeah.
Diba? Like, siguro magagawa mo lang yung mga socializing siguro sa mga school events, all that stuff.
That's true.
Lalo na ngayon, with the prevalence of social media, yung online stuff, virtual learning na rin, to some degree, may hybrid, diba? Like, the chances of people, or at least in this case, mga teens, to actually go out there and talk to people.
Bottom line is, socialization is sobrang hirap.
Yes.
Diba? So what I'm hearing from you is because of all these new technology, face-to-face socialization is so hard to come by na.
Yeah.
And the moment you're put into a position where you have to socialize face-to-face, you're left with like, how do I do this? Diba? That's the questions. I mean, I started talking to clients for my projects way back, senior high, grade 11. Early pa. So, one of the things that I wish I knew is that I wish I would have known to be more professional in a sense na I get to distinguish between clients and, friends. Because most of the clients I had were like friends, colleagues, or like people I already knew. So the moment that we worked together, I just felt like I was doing a personal project with them.
Yeah.
I cannot distinguish it between I should put like more professionalism into this.
Boundaries.
There's no boundary. Exactly. Okay. You're talking to these people like you're just, what the project by? Let's do this, let's do that. And then you forget that this should not be like that. Unless like it's called for. But most of the time, it's actually a professional project wherein you have to treat it professionally.
Merong expectations sa'yo, may deadlines ka, may
exactly.
all that stuff. Career. It is it is a tough rin, especially transitioning from graduating ka and then after you're put into the workforce. But aside from careers, bro, how about in your relationships? Do you feel like there's some things na we should have been taught?
I know. I guess it's more of a, because to each their own, diba? To each their own. You get to do what you want with your relationship, whatever. But I wish I would have been taught na, first person you meet isn't the one. Diba?
Dude.
That's so I was in a relationship at a young age also. I was like, 8th grade. That's young. I was like 15.
15, okay. Diba? Story time.
15 years old, you're put into a relationship where you don't know how relationships work. The only thing that you know about relationships is like what you see in the movies, what you see from your parents. Exactly. You're put into a relationship with expectations that everything will work fine just because that's the way you see it.
True.
And the first person that you feel like you are in love with, you already feel na, this is gonna be the one. I'm gonna hold on to this for the longest time. Forever na to. And the more that you hold on to that thought, the more it gets instilled to your brain na, oh, I can't leave this relationship anymore. Because I've already committed to this. This is what I wanted. This is what just because you felt like, oh, it's a first, it's the last. Diba? Breaking that cycle, I wish I would have known sooner that all of the signs that were pointing towards a breakup could have been taken more seriously.
Tama. Basically, romanticized masyado.
Yeah. Relationships are too romanticized. But that's just on me because what I see in the trends now is that people are actually moving towards non-committal relationships.
Oh,
have you noticed that?
Interesting. Like, what do you mean by that?
People are not looking out to date to marry na. People are looking to date to have company. People are looking to date to have fun. Diba? And it gets to a point where it's harder now to realize if that person you're dating is actually the one. Because people are more, people have more reasons and people are more, I guess, woke to like red flags. People are more woke to mga ex. Exactly. And what I see with these people kasi, let's say one thing would be enough not to have a breakup. One thing would be enough not to leave the relationship. Well, I wish I knew that also sooner, but not to the point where like, ano ka na masyado, playboy, kumbaga ba, di ba? Pero put it in a way na kind of balance between both. You know, it's like, you should not give up on the relationships that you have. But at the same time, if you see it fit, di ba? If you see it fit to leave, or if you see it fit that you're no longer growing in the relationship, you no longer see the future, then there's no point in holding on to that.
Dang, I like that. Grabe yung wisdom ngayon ni Kicks, man. Like, galing tong patulog ng baby. So, nag-marinate. Resting brain, nag-marinate dun sa utak niya lahat ng mga I'm gonna say this, this is gonna cook. Pero yeah, I actually like those kasi nga, we're not oriented when it comes to relationships talaga growing up. The only relationship we know is like mama, papa.
Exactly.
Cousin, kuya, whatever. That's it. Within the family lang. And then even so, within the family, it's not even that great. And that's the thing. Di ba? Parang, we're yung outside natin na relationships, whether that be romantic or professional relationships natin, end up suffering because of our own relationships within the family.
That's true.
Parang nadadala siya, right? And even for me, like, siguro, one thing that I wish I knew sooner when it comes to relationships is that it's a must to communicate.
That's true.
Number one talaga, if there's anything there, it's the communication. Because I think, sino ba yun? Si Izu, right? In one of our is, I think, especially yung being left behind, right?
True.
Like, hindi naman sila manghuhula. So, dapat just tell them na ito yung nangyayari. This is how I feel. Ito yung mga gusto kong gawin para maintindihan din nung karelasyon mo, whether that's romantic, professional, whoever that is, they know.
They're aware.
Aware sila, hindi sila ma-blindside kung anong mangyayari or anong gagawin mo, di ba? Like, na lang parang hindi sila magiging emotional or super reactive sa mga sasabihin mo or anything like that, Kasi at least, siguro, they can prepare themselves to be more proactive in receiving your message.
That's true.
Hindi mabigla, ganon. So yeah, I think for me, communication talaga. It doesn't, I don't know, there's probably more, especially sa relationships.
That's true, because that's a very wide, like every aspect of a relationship you have specific learnings na doon mo lang siya ma-apply.
Yep.
Diba?
Correct.
But, yeah. Besides naman sa career and relationship, what do you think things na
di sinabi sa atin, no? The obvious part there is like money.
Ooh.
The big part. It's a very big part.
That's a very slippery.
I know, it's a very slippery. But I feel
concept.
like I am so ready to talk about it.
Sige nga.
Kasi like, I like money.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't like money?
Diba? I love
Paldo.
money. I love money. Pero, like, it's never really taught to us, especially as Filipinos though. It's like parang it's a very taboo topic, especially when you're at the, in the dinner table, nang pag-usapan niyo with your family, like, kailangan natin mag-save to, kailangan ko mag-make ng money, all that stuff. And then kailangan ko mag-invest. And then usually, even though term invest is a very it's only fairly recent lang that people are more aware of it though. Pero it's like sa age ko. Sa generation ko, like, growing up, we never really talked about money that much unless it was about saving.
Yeah. I guess the older generations, what I've seen is investment is savings.
Yeah.
Diba? Basically, what they think is investing for their future, saving money for their future so that they have money to use in the future.
Yeah.
But these times kasi money is so hard to come by.
Yeah.
And suddenly people are now, which is a good thing by the way, suddenly people are now talking about investing in stocks, investing in crypto or whatever market they have, diba? Suddenly everyone's a wolf of Wall Street.
Right, diba? Oh, no.
Everyone's more aware and that's fine and that's very, and honestly, that's something I wish I would have been taught sooner, diba? Imagine having that money at a young age, kahit bigay lang sa'yo ng lola, bigay lang ng ganyan. I'm not saying that I wish I didn't become a kid, diba? Of course, you're a kid, you're a teenager. I want to buy a game, a game. But imagine being taught at a young age that, instead of buying this toy now, why don't you put that in an investment? And by the time that it grows, you can buy 2 toys, 3 toys, 4 toys.
Kung ni-reframe ng ganun, right?
Exactly. Kids, not really kids, but like younger people have that brain to think like that na kasi.
Yeah. Exposed
na sila. Even business kids, di ba? Sons and daughters of business owners, they're taught that at a young age. And you will see them spend money, but at the same time, you will see them save that money also. And that's something I wish everyone would have been taught sooner.
Yeah.
So that by the time that they are actually earning money, they're not just spending it, waldas dito, waldas doon. Kasi first paycheck, I'm gonna treat everyone I know, diba?
I agree with that one. Money is a very sensitive topic to a lot of people, really. Pero I like talking about it. Kasi at this point, na kasi rin noon, before, I was very anxious rin when it comes to talking about money. It's like parang nakakahiya pag-usapan ng pera.
Is it because konti or is it because madami?
It's because it's konti. Parang ganun before, And then siguro like even if na wala naman ako, I could not physically touch the money kasi like bata pa naman ako. I'm not the one controlling finances, di ba? Pero yung mindset na yun yung nabigay sa'yo na magtipid ka lang because konti yung pera, and then you grow up really na your only mode when it comes to money is really saving and then spending. That's it. It's not, there's nothing investing, there's no
in between.
Yun lang. So it is a very tough rin when you actually grow up, you have to learn it by yourself.
That's true.
In the real world pa talaga. And there's nothing wrong with that kasi at the end of the day, it's part of our journey, diba? And then after that, siguro, good karma na lang rin na ipadala natin sa next generation na, avoid doing this.
Because I think money matters is a generational thing. Because the first people who will teach you about money is the one who raised you.
Right.
Correct? Parents natin. If mismong parents mo are not aware or are not, sensitive about saving, investments, and all of this and all that, you're gonna inherit the way they use the money.
Yeah.
I feel like if ako parent na ako, what I would want to be, what I would want my daughter to learn growing up is that money is not just something, it could be easy, it could be hard, but money in itself is something that you should actually be sensitive about. Kasi, your parents will tell you na, hindi pinupulot yung pera, hindi yan pinipitas sa puno, it doesn't grow on trees and all that. But growing up, you don't really know how money works
Yeah.
Diba? You just like, bank. I just get money from the bank. I use the money from the bank. And then there's no in-between in that. And I would want na parang kahit konting awareness lang na this money was not just picked from trees. This was worked for. This was earned. And in order to get money, you have to work for money. You have to earn that money. And there are many... That's also one thing. Ways how to earn money.
Oh, diba?
No one teaches you that. You just think, job. I need to get a job. Job. There's so much... money generating or like income generating jobs that are not actually jobs. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Right now, and if that knowledge is imparted to younger kids, teenagers, ganyan, I feel like alam mo yun, like if it was me, I would have used it. I would have done something at that early. Ganyan ba?
Ano siya, like, since hindi kasi siya widespread, at least yung concept of trying to earn money aside from a job, obviously napasa sa'yo, and that stunted your growth or your quality to actually explore different things. And that's something like, you know, like I obviously I feel like there's some conspiracy theory going on here na parang bakit ayaw nila ituro to, you know. I'm actually thinking of something, wag na lang. ibang usapan na yun eh. Pero aside from that, bro, like, how about mental health? I feel like this is so big. I gusto ko itong pag-usapan rin because there's a lot that can be talked about, but we'll just limit ourselves
to what we can grasp.
Right? Sige, kasi we're not experts. Okay.
This is just personal
mga anecdotes.
Yes. Mga realizations,
reflections about
mental health. Like when were you introduced to like at what point in your life were you like, oh, my mental health is important pala? Because I'm pretty sure it was not young.
Yeah, of course not. Sa akin, I think around mid-20s. Basically, I'm 25. At 25, I feel like, no, it's not 25. I think it was 23. I had an early quarter life crisis. So, yun, at 23 basically. Doon ako nagka-quarter life crisis in a way. Kasi I was like, doon na nag-hit yung realization about adulting. Kasi I think at that time, I was trying to pay off my student loans sa US. And my student loans at that time was around, converted to Philippine peso, it's around siguro mga 1.5 million pesos.
Jesus.
It's that big. It's that big, man. So, in the pandemic actually even hit pa talaga. So I was like, oh my God, am I gonna pay for this? You know, and then, you know, like, I started to think na, kailangan to panindigan kasi, you know, hindi ako nag-ask ng help sa father ko when it comes to paying. Sa paying sila, tinulungan nila ako to go to, at least get to my college. Kasi it's on another city kasi. So, yun, like, how am I gonna pay for this? And then, kakasimula ko pa lang ng online business ko at that time, like, you know, social media managing and all that stuff. I was like, how am I gonna pay for this? I don't have enough clients. Paano na to? So, pero buti naman, you know, I was able to get through it naman. I was able to fully pay it.
Wow.
Pero still, thank you, man. Pero still, that the fact is, like, that point in my life, that hit hard, and then I had to struggle most of it just because that walang nag-guide sa akin how to actually deal on those matters. You know, I had to figure them all out myself. I actually remember, I feel like siguro sa dorm ko, I think I felt parang I still slept like, or nakahiga lang rin ako, parang lalaki pa rin. Pero I was like tearing already. I'm gonna do this. Parang ganun. Because like, I felt all the pressure at that point na parang nagta-transition na ako from being, you know, someone na daw limbs, you know, palamon lang ganun, like, parents were helping me, and then after that, now I have to deal with all of these adult things by myself. That's why believe ako, and then I really honor like a lot of the people who are doing all this at an early age, mga 16, 17, 18. They're already working and then, you know, providing for their families. So it's not easy talaga, you know. Yeah, di naman ako ganun ka like super yaman, di naman tayo ganun, pero you know, like, we understand that, you know, there are people out there talaga na they're hustling hard. They're hustling hard for their families and even for their future. Ilang bags pa yung dala nila. Yeah. Di ba? Hindi lang yung sa kanila.
What do you think na you would have wished na you learned at that time?
At that time, talaga, like, hustle culture.
Hustle culture.
Like, the hustle culture isn't as, it's not as needed as you might think it is, especially now. Because literally, meron namang opportunities in which you don't even have to do a lot to actually get the amount compared to hustling.
Yan yung sinasabi ng hustle na walang hassle.
Iyon. Hustle without hassle.
Diba?
I like that.
Because honestly, that's like, I think that's why it still boils down to money. Diba? Why you're feeling that way, why you're stressing in your mental health, still boils down. Probably most of us will be, being adults with no money. That's gonna be so hard on your mental health. You have to think about how to get that money, where to get that money, and then what to spend on, what to have to spend on tomorrow, the next day, the
Hits
next
your
day,
mental talaga.
Well, to me naman, mental health, money aside, I wish I knew earlier that I could have, asked for help. Diba? We keep coming back to asking for help because we keep thinking that we can do all of these things. To a point you can. To a point you can. You can push through whatever struggle you can alone. But not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really have to, bro, I need to talk about this. I need to talk to someone. It's so hard na. And just doing that, siguro if way back ka lang.
Parang matanda mo na, bro.
I wish I really
Back
did.
in my day, bro.
I wish I talked to people who could have related to me more. The right people, the right what do you call that? The right transmission lines, diba? Because you may be talking to all of these people, but at the end of the day, you will not feel like your burden was lifted. You will feel like, nalabas ko na nga, pero bakit parang mas mabigat pa? Diba? Bakit parang andyan pa rin?
Yes.
I wish I would have picked the people who I talked about. I wish I picked the people who I surrounded myself with. Because back then, I feel like the people surrounding me were also just, I feel like we were all living in our own thing. Like even when we're together, we're just individuals packed in a pack ganyan ba?
Yeah.
It's not very group, it's not very ganyan. So, this time around naman, I am surrounded with people who are very supportive.
Yeah.
And diyan ako na feel na
Ready to support.
kind of like a permission piece, di ba? Na you can feel that way.
Yeah.
And they will allow you to feel that way.
Yes.
You will not get dismissed, you will not get judged, di ba? They will just be there to listen, support you, help you, lift you up if you need. And I guess maybe it's just like being young and with a bad sense of a judge of character, kumbaga. Like growing old, you will learn that you can find people and you will see if people are the people you want to be around with.
No, like that. It's like jumping off that, bro. Like it's really all about like learning, and I wish I actually knew about it as well. Na you can actually be vulnerable. It is totally okay to not have it all figured out. Na meron ka pang di alam talaga sa mundo. Yes, we're talking about things we wish we knew about, as an adult. Pero it was okay. Kasi malay mo, like, that was just part of our process. Like, all of us are very different in how we grow talaga. So maybe you learning how to cook at like 30 was probably meant to be. I don't know.
Because you will still, I wish I would have learned how to cook earlier.
Yeah.
Diba? I could have fed myself.
Pero who knows, malay mo, like, na-delay lang yung pag-aaral mo ng pagluto because you were actually hustling so hard, Like, it's just...
There's a reason.
There's a reason for it. So, it's totally okay to be vulnerable and to not have it all figured out. That's it. But right now, bro, to kind of like wrap things up, like, is there something, if there, let's just like pick one, something that you're still trying to figure out as an adult?
Fatherhood. Really?
Yeah.
Your dad will not teach you how to be a dad because that's your dad.
Yeah.
And you're the kid. Diba? You as a kid, it's your turn to learn how to be a dad or a mom yourself. So I guess no one will really, siguro may mga values ganyan, but the actual thing of like being the parent, no one's gonna teach you that. You're gonna have to, wiggle through it.
Right. I like that, bro.
Ikaw?
Grabe, bay. Kan na kon, like, it's actually very deep for us right now.
like, gaan na niya, paspasan na mo.
Pero, dude, like, pero for me naman, actually, trying to still figure out more is how to love myself more, actually. Like parang sometimes I don't even know when I should be when am I actually, parang deserving na of something. There was an instance in which na nagtataka ako, like, bakit parang nabigay sa akin bigla itong opportunity na to. I did not even work for it. I did not know how to receive, kumbaga.
Parang worthiness.
Oh, so worthiness na issues. Like, how, like, I don't understand this. Parang my brain was not braining, bro. Like, bakit ganon? And then somebody explained it to me, na just be ready to accept, like, it's been given to you because you are actually worthy, you are deserving of this opportunity. That's why, wag mo na tanggihan.
That's true.
Wag ka na mag-complain. Just receive it with, with open hands talaga. So, really learning more to love myself is what I'm figuring out. And then, baby steps, slow steps lang naman para hindi rin ako masyadong hard sa sarili ko, ganun. Be more compassionate. And yeah, kasi I feel like if once that happens, or once I am that, once I'm able to love myself fully talaga, ganun, it's easier to actually share.
That's true.
When sabi pa nila, you can't pour from an empty cup.
That's true.
So if I try to fill myself with love, para I can actually show it and share it with others talaga. So, that's it for me, man.
So what I got from that episode, Char.
Oh, Char.
Char.
Oh, no, may wrap up, boy.
Basically, if you guys are listening or still here, I'm guessing, or I'm thinking to myself that, yes, you have a lot of things na you wished you learned earlier. But now that you're learning it, I guess just be vulnerable, be open, and if you can't figure it out, that's okay. Diba? Because everyone is living their life here on this planet for the first time.
Yeah.
So there's no cheat code, there's no blueprint na from start to finish you have. So just be open and be aware.
Tama. Well, like that. And in a way then, life happens in reverse kasi. We actually live life forward, but we learn the lessons backward.
Okay.
You can only learn the lessons once you've lived the life.
That's true. So the lessons you learn, you have to look back on them to learn them.
Yeah.
That's true.
We've been dropping bombs here, guys. So 50 quotes to extract from this podcast. No, joke lang. We're actually just having fun, kind of like sharing all this. Parang it's very enlightening. Like, I think in one of the episodes said this entire podcast is a therapy session for us.
That's true.
We're just, relieving yung mga gusto naming ipalabas, mga thoughts na it's been sitting there, pero wala kami masyadong outlet, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why we've pushed through with this podcast, because we just wanted to share. Some of you may relate, some of you may not, and that's fine. So yeah.
I guess, comment down below, sabihin nyo, sige mo yaw-yaw bay. Undangin na.
30 minutes na, bro.
But like, yeah, so if you enjoyed the podcast, if you got anything from it, just press like, share this video, follow, subscribe, and of course, don't forget to keep pressing play.